as a continent has now defined
In the news, US, Japan, Australia, others race to contain Omicron Covid-19 variant, restrict travels from southern African countries. Maritime lawyers call for independent inquiry into death of pirates to preserve Nigeria's sovereignty. Ethiopia forbids unauthorized entities, media from disseminating information about war. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukmade, and this is TOS News 360. Ethiopia's government communication service has announced that disseminating information on military maneuvers, war front updates and results via any medium is forbidden, except for information provided by a joint civilian military command set up to oversee a state of emergency. The statement did not specify the implications of the new rules for journalists or media outlets covering the war, which broke out last November between the government and rebellious forces from the northern region of Tigray. At least 38 journalists and media workers have been detained since early 2020, most of them since the conflict began. Sudan's former Minister of Cabinet Affairs Khalid Omar Yusuf, former Khartoum State Governor Ayman Nimir, and anti-corruption task force member Maher Abdul-Jok were released from detention along with others on Saturday, less than a day after beginning a hunger strike to protest their detention, despite a military deal. A call has been issued for more protests on Sunday. Protesters are calling for the military to exit politics and be held to account for the deaths of civilian protesters. Several politicians remain in custody. Now, due to concerns over an electronic banking levy, Ghana's parliament, for the first time since 1981, on Friday rejected the government's 2022 budget proposal. Friday's setback came after the government introduced a proposed new levy on electronic bank transactions, including popular mobile phone money apps. Ruling New Patriotic Party lawmakers walked out after accusing the House Speaker of bias because he said the finance minister should not be present during the vote. The opposition MPs then voted down the proposal. Now to Nigeria. The police force headquarters in Abuja has directed the immediate transfer of investigation into the death of Timothy Adegoke, a master's student of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, which allegedly occurred at Hilton Hotels and Resorts, Ile-Ife. The chairman of the hotel, Dr. Ramon Adedoyin, and 6 suspects said to be workers in the hotel have been interrogated on the circumstances surrounding the Masters of Business Administration's student's death. Now, the Nigerian Maritime Law Association has called for an independent inquiry that would look into the precise location of the killing of 4 alleged pirates by the Danish naval forces to preserve Nigeria's raised concern over the reports. The reports say that the incident occurred when the frigate S-Bahn Snare, which had been patrolling the area since early November, attempted to board the pirates' boat, and then an exchange of fire ensued. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching TOS News 360, global business, entertainment, and sports stories. When we return, to stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. The World Health Organization has declared the new coronavirus variant to be of concern and named it Omicron. According to the WHO, the variant had a large number of mutations, and early evidence suggested an increased reinfection risk. A top UK health official warned that vaccines would almost certainly be less effective against the new variant. The new Omicron variant was first reported to the World Health Organization from South Africa on November 24. It has also been identified in Botswana, Belgium, Hong Kong, and Israel. Countries around the world are racing to introduce travel bans and restrictions on southern African countries in an effort to contain the new Omicron Covid-19 variant. Some of the countries include the United States, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Japan, India, Iran, Brazil, Canada, and Australia. The WHO has warned against countries hastily imposing travel restrictions, saying they should look to a risk-based and scientific approach. South Africa's Health Minister Joe Fowler told reporters that the flight bans were unjustified. And on the business scene, the Central Bank of Nigeria's Governor Godwin Emefiele has revealed that the total transaction volumes using digital channels rose by over 153% between 2018 and 2020, as volumes rose from 1.3 billion to over 3.3 billion financial transactions in 2020. He also said the CBN digital currency app, the eNaira app, has witnessed almost 600,000 downloads since its launch in October. The eNaira's new payment system aims to drive financial inclusion, serve as a backbone for electronic payments in Nigeria, increase remittance, improve cross-border trade, and also enable the movement of more people from the informal to the formal sector, hence scaling up the tax base of the country. Now to entertainment. Adele's album 30 has shot to #1, overtaking Abba, a Swedish pop group's comeback album Voyage, to become the fastest-selling album of the year so far. However, Adele's sales figures are significantly lower than those of her previous album, 25, released in 2015. The drop can be partially explained by the huge growth of streaming in the last 6 years. And in sports, former WBA heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua dropped to 5th position in the latest World Boxing Association rankings. Reports indicate that Joshua losing his belt to Alexander Usyk in September fight may have contributed to the governing body's decision to drop his ranking among the top 10 heavyweight fighters. They have both agreed to a rematch billed for 2022. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, do visit www.TOSTVNetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okmade. Thanks for watching.
But we as a